I love that she's kind. She makes up songs and she's fun to play with.
From the first time we met, I felt a comfort with you, knowing that we could laugh, we could joke, we could have a good time in almost any circumstance.
John, I can't believe today is finally here. This season leading up to the wedding has been filled with so many unusual challenges and uncertainties, but I have never for 1 second been uncertain about you or about us.
She babysits us when she has work sometimes, and she has time to play with us. Basically, we have so much fun. I love you.
As we dated more and more, I couldn't help but see the love that you have for others. It's a love that is self-sacrificial, and it requires nothing in return. More than anything else, this has inspired me to do the same.
You treat me with kindness even when I am being unkind. You fiercely fight for our relationship when it would be easier to flee. You almost always apologize first, and you are first to offer forgiveness, and I can't wait to live every day in the midst of your goodness and steadfastness as we spend the rest of our lives together.
One of my best friends, when we first got into Moody, we had to make a list of 15 things that changed your life. And on one of those, he wrote meeting John Forsythe. And honestly, I think that is something that I can say applies to my life as well.
And maybe, just maybe, a few of those amazing attributes will rub off on me. Just like many of them already have, like your perfect diction, your love of competition, your lifelong pursuit of the most perfect quesadilla, and your desire to encourage and build up everyone in your life.
We all know Carolyn does not necessarily make hasty decisions in her life. Sometimes we're like twiddling our thumbs, come on Carolyn, let's decide on something. But with John, it was like the very first conversation I had with her about him. She didn't say this, but to me, I already felt like you had decided, like, he's the one. It just seems so clear. And so thank you, John, for making that one decision really easy for her.
So something I really admire about John is that he's cool as a cucumber, even when things are crazy. At his college graduation, it was on a Saturday, and he and I got a little workout in at the hotel. And on the way back up to the hotel room, his elevator stopped. So I was looking all around, my parents' room, our room, couldn't find him. Finally figured out he was stuck in the hotel between floors. So they called in the Chicago Fire Department. There were probably about 8 trucks out there in front of the building. Everybody's standing around. They didn't know what to do. Meanwhile, John's just hanging out in the elevator. He's live Snapchatting the whole thing, just loving it. So they finally got him out of the elevator about 30 minutes before his graduation. I managed to grab his cap and gown, and we raced through the streets in a fire vehicle with the sirens blaring to get to his graduation at Moody. He didn't get that shower. He smelled terrible, and I feel so bad for the people who stood next to him. But he was cool and calm the whole time.
The way John looks at Carolyn is with a view of pure perfection. Carolyn, too, sees John the same way of perfection. There was this one day where we were all hanging out, and John was looking a mess, and he was very self-conscious about how he looked. I also thought he looked a mess. But Carolyn leaned over and whispered underneath her breath, "Darling, you look perfect tonight." When I think about their relationship, I get this image in my head of them holding each other, dancing in the dark, barefoot on the grass, listening to their favorite song. And that's love.
As we begin day 1 as husband and wife, I want to make these promises to you. I promise to always put you first. I promise to always remember that we are on the same team. I promise to let you win at nerds every once in a while. I promise to not get upset every time you take your shoes off and half a turf soccer field ends up on the floor. I promise to both apologize and forgive quickly and sincerely. I promise to watch Saturday morning soccer and always root for Liverpool. I promise to challenge, champion, and cheer you on as we go through all stages of life. Today I promise a lot of things to you, but above everything I promise to love you as Christ has taught me to love and respect you with my whole heart. I love you now and forever.
As we enter this union, I want to promise you a few things before God in front of all of these people. First, I promise that I will put the health of this relationship first, above career, above comfort, above any other relationship. I promise to try to make you smile every day, whether it's all the great jokes that I have or the incredible dance moves that you'll see in a few hours. Most of all, I promise to love you with a love that is self-sacrificial and is a testimony of Christ's love for the church. I love you, Carolyn. I can't wait to wake up next to you every day, to build a family with you, and to become the best, most sanctified versions of ourselves together.
Carolyn's always felt like home to me. I just consider her a sister, even though we both have plenty of sisters. I'm moving, so I was going through old things, and I found a poster she made for me, or a little piece of art, and it's a quote from the book, and it says, "Their friendship was as intense as it was sudden. They found relief in each other's personality." And while that's so true for Carolyn and I see that it's so true with you and Jon as well, and I'm just so happy that you found your other person. So cheers to Jon and Carolyn.
And good night.